Good morning, boss.
Good afternoon. I'm Rachel.
I'm Carl.
And you're watching Happy's Lawn Care and Landscaping.
And we have a really busy day today. Rachel's got me picking up tons of leaves.
Not really.
Not really?
No.
I'm fibbing, guys. We have an easy day today. It's only these two and then one more on the next street and we are done.
Yeah. We figured that we're just going to stay in one area at a time. We're really down to like just this week with cleanup. So
And then we'll be back to the wall.
yeah. So hopefully they're ready for us next week.
Yeah, if they're not, we do have, we're going to prune another yard, prune all the bushes and clean out all the beds.
We have two more. Yeah, we have a couple more. And then like we had the issue we showed you guys. I think we showed you with the scale.
Yeah.
So we did definitely find out that it is scale. And then we got some information from people online on a Facebook group that we belong to. And then because they were upset about it, we ended up going to our extension agent and sent him pictures, and he confirmed that it was scale. And he did tell us if they don't want to lose them, what we could do is a renewal pruning, which is taking
cut them down to 18 inches, but that's cutting them down pretty low, and letting them put new growth on. But we'll see what they want to do. But he said to wait until spring to do the pruning part.
Yeah, like I think late winter, probably early spring, just so that it's like right before new growth starts coming on. So we would probably try to spray it a couple times to get rid of the scale that's there. And we have had success with renewal pruning before. And especially with laurels.
Yeah, we've cut a laurel all the way down to a stump, and now it's already about a 1.5 feet tall.
Yeah, it's probably about 18, 24 inches tall again. So yeah,
plants are pretty resilient for the most part. I mean, unless you flood them and drown them or stress them out from not watering them, they're the two things that would kill them the most. As far as pruning back plants, I've seen people cut like boxwood hedges all the way down to the dirt.
Yeah.
And they came back the next year like 4 or 5 foot tall. So, and I don't, maybe they weren't boxwood hedges, but it was a giant hedge I pruned next door, and the neighbor had the same type of hedge, and they hacked it down one year all the way to the ground. And I was like, oh man, that stinks. Them things look horrible.
Yeah.
They might have been a foot tall, down to about a foot tall. And I said, they look horrible. And by the end of the next season, they look like a nice, beautiful hedgerow again.
They are, yeah. I do think that sometimes plants outgrow and kind of live their life.
And could be replaced with a new landscape or something.
So, at this point, you really have to look at it like, okay, well, do I want to spend all this money to save these plants, or do I want to just remove and replace with something that is less susceptible, I think. But, we understand if, somebody really likes their little hedge that they've got going on, I guess.
Sorry, I was looking at, I guess they must have did a pruning back. Oh, yeah, they killed the crepe myrtles.
Oh, they did.
Oh, my gosh, them poor crepe myrtles. I'm going to show you guys because they are in the middle of the yard.
There was no reason to do that, right?
Although I don't want to.
I know.
Somebody's put it this way: they're in the middle of the yard, no trees, no houses around it, and they cut these big, beautiful crepe myrtles.
Oh man, there was a bunch of them too.
They were and they were
you
old.
You can't show them.
They were pretty old crepe myrtles too.
Yeah.
Look how thick the base is. Sorry, I don't want to put anybody else's work on YouTube. It's horrible. It's horrible, guys. I want to cry for that stuff.
I want to cry too.
But it is what it is. You can't stop them.
All right, well, let's go do what we need to do.
Yeah, let's go. There we go. 2 more done for the season. 1 more for today. Here's the last one, guys. There ain't many leaves on this at all. Until we get to the back, we'll see.
Yeah.
Hopefully not, right? Maybe they blew all the way into this neighbor's yard and they cleaned them up. Oh man, it is bright out today.
Yeah, I had to put this thing here. The sun was like beaming right into my eye.
Well, we finished M3. Dusty.
Yeah, leaf cleanups are super dusty, but
especially the way we do them.
I mean, so you can see like the last one we used the bagger on, and I mean Carl still has to blow them to disperse them. So
yeah,
I think that's what a chute blocker would act like.
Yeah, it would leave the same
right.
amount, especially if there's a lot of leaves.
Yeah,
you could have mulched them all up with the beast, and I could have blown them to the front. I mean,
I mean, yeah, but I wanted...
There's not much space in
the
that
neighbor
yard.
already had her leaves cleaned up, and at one point I did notice that she was, like, out there, you know...
Nosy neighbor.
Yeah, you know, and...
We don't blow leaves into the neighbor's yard.
No. I mean, and if you do, you...
should go back into the yard and blow them back out.
Yeah. I mean, it's really hard, we know, with fences and stuff. So if you have like a fence like that, maybe you should even check with the neighbor. Like, hey,
can I go on your side and blow the leaves through the other side?
Yeah.
And especially if it's breezy and windy out. I mean, if it's windy and you can't help it and a couple leaves go over, I mean, you might get a crazy neighbor, but
Oh, we've had our times for sure. You know,
yeah.
like remember the one where we did the really huge leaf cleanup and the neighbor had not had her leaves cleaned up for like years. And the type of fence that they had was just like a wire fence. Like it wasn't even really a fence, right? It was like a border. And she came out, she was not happy. And I was just like, I don't know what you want me to do. I'm doing my best and I'm not trying to blow leaves on, but I am not going to come into your property and clean up that section because that's going to be like a whole other
it's your property, you know. Well, we had another one. I had to call the cops on one guy. He ran before the cops came though. It was a neighbor. Remember when we did Vince? I dropped a huge pile of mulch off in our client's yard.
Right. I wasn't there.
And we went through the neighbor's driveway because they let us. I think it was. He didn't have a problem with it, or it was a little road. We dumped it in our client's yard, and the mulch pile was there for a week, and he freaked out. He started screaming at me, like telling me I'm not a landscaper or a lawn care person. He did it in his lifetime. He had a lawn care business, and that's not how you do things. Even though I reseeded where we put the mulch, and the client that we were doing a job for didn't care. He just didn't like I guess he didn't like our client having a bald spot in his yard, and he like went off, and it was just, the cops came.
Yeah.
He ran.
I remember that happening.
He was a school teacher too, but he had a very violent temper.
Yeah.
So.
Do you guys want to hear another fun fact too? We actually did work for the lady who was on the Cosby Show, right?
Oh yeah.
That was the neighbor across the street.
Oh yeah.
She was the oldest, not the youngest girl, but the oldest girl that was sometimes on the show, right?
Yeah,
In and out. I want to say her name was Sabrina, maybe.
I forget. It was a neighbor to that one.
Yeah, I can't.
Up in North Asheville.
But that was like when we first also started. But I just thought that was interesting. Have you guys ever done any work for
someone famous?
Yeah, someone famous. And we actually didn't even know it until we stopped working for her.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate you guys coming along on our journey. So
we're done for the day. We're done them 3 for the season until we go back in January to lime everything. So guys, thanks for watching.
Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.
And be happy.
Or at least try.
Have a good day.
Night.